If you look at the history of chess, chess was played by kings and rulers of the world. So we also want to do the same thing to our children here in the slum. I've been a chess trainer for the last 6 years here at Agape for Kibera. I learned how to play chess in school. Then I saw that it was a very good game. So here at Agape Hope for Kibera, we have football mostly for the boys. So we needed something also to be inculcated, most specifically for the girls. So we decided chess is also a good game that can also impact the society in a positive way. My name is Allan Akumu. What we basically do is we want to instill skills to the young children who are the next generation, who are the next leaders. So if you look at the history of chess, chess was played by kings and rulers of the world. So we also want to do the same thing to our children here in the slum, so that they can become critical thinkers. Because we understand that they're the next leaders of this country, then they must also have a skill that really makes them think. It does not just make them think in terms of the game itself, but also in terms of their education, and also in terms of how they make decisions. Because chess is mostly meant for thinkers, and not just thinkers, but critical thinkers. Because you need to look at the move of your friend, and you also need to look at your move. Before you make any move, you must think about it. How is it going to impact the next? How is it going to impact the next move of your opponent? So we've been able to go to the regional championships. We've won several tournaments. Like for instance, in the regional championship, we've won several regional chess championship. We've also been able to go to the national chess championship, tournaments organized by Chess Kenya. But one of the challenges we've been facing is funding, especially going to like for instance, this year, our children were able to go to the regional levels, but they could not be able to advance due to financial constraints. So they were not able to go to the next level. But despite that, I can be able to tell you categorically that even as you've been here, you've been able to see that the children, they can be able to play chess on their own. It's because the skill has already been instilled in them. So that is why they can be able to critically think, and they can be able to play on their own. But they also need that guidance from me as the coach. So it has been a very long journey. But to be frank, we've been able to achieve 1, 2, 3 things. Like for instance, personally, I'm also learning. You know, chess is like something you learn each and every day. So I went on and I did my certification from Chess Kenya. So nationally, I'm a national arbiter. So that is like my badge. So I'm a national arbiter. So this one didn't just come like that. It also meant that there has been a lot of training. There have been a lot of things that have been happening behind the scene. And then another thing you'll get to realize is that you see the children you see here, they're mostly from the community here, and you understand our community. Most of the people here do not have the funding. So what happens is they do not pay. Here they come and they train for free, and after training for free, they also come. There's always a drink. Like they always get to have a drink after the game. So that has also been like a motivation factor for them, so that they can continue playing the game and also become great people. It's not just we don't want to grow a generation of let me just use the word zombie in quotes. Because we want to grow a generation of people who can be able to articulate issues, who can be able to make decisions that can effectively impact this country in a positive way. And that has always been our way. So chess is mostly meant for the rich in quotes, that is what they say. But we want to make it as simple as possible, so that our children and the members of the community in this particular area, they can be able to play it just like the other children in other places, in other suburbs. So we want just to make it as available as possible, and make sure that also children, as the other children from other places are also achieving big things, our children here in the community, they're also achieving more bigger things and become great people in the society. Some of the impacts that our children have been able to have, especially when they're playing chess, is that they have been able to become one of the best, especially in the education sector. So we've had children here whom parents have come to me to report to me and telling me that my child has really improved, especially in the education. So that has also been the factor that I told you before, the critical thinkers. Because here, when you see a child who is not concentrating, in chess you will have to concentrate, because now it is also a discipline on its own. Then apart from that, it also keeps them away from the negative. You know, in this slum, the truth is there are so many negative things you can focus on. But the moment you have something to do, your mind is occupied, then it automatically you have something positive you are doing in the society. So most of the time, if, for instance, if I would not have been with them here, probably they would have been somewhere else doing something that is not good. Or they would have been, you know, like in our society here, the children, like for instance, especially the girls who they are mostly prone to things like rape, and even the boys, they're prone to things like drugs, crime, and all that. But this is something that curbs all these things. So it is something so important that that has been instilled in them, and it is something that we take it very positively, and we don't just say that we tried, but we've done our best. Reason why, it's a skill that I've been having it, and I'm giving it freely. That is something I don't take for granted, and I'm very grateful for that, and I really thank God for that.
My name is Milena Diana. I'm 13 years old. I'm in grade 9 at Olympic Junior School. I've played chess for 3 years and a half. It has helped me in improving my discipline, and even in school I was not good in maths, but now I'm doing well in maths. I love playing chess, and I want to be an entrepreneur.
What really motivates me is the fact that I'm seeing a next generation of very great people. I know one thing about sport is that not all of them will play chess to the national levels, to those levels, but I will have created children who are able to critically think, who are able to make decisions that can impact the society positively, and that is something so important. And then when it comes to the future of chess in this particular, especially in Kibera, I've seen there are so many groups coming up that are playing chess, which is very impactful, which is also very important. So I think chess is growing at a very high rate. We've had several Kibera tournaments, and we've seen the numbers are also coming up very, very well. That is something I'm very grateful for. And I've also mentored several chess teams here in Kibera, because I also want that competitiveness to become so high. We also one time in the near future, we also produce a GM, a grandmaster in Kibera, so that we can also have our own. So that would be something so impactful in the society. So that is just one of my future goals, especially when it comes to chess. We've had children here whom parents have come to me to report to me and telling me that my child has really improved, especially in the education. So that has also been the factor that I told you before, the critical thinkers. Because here, when you see a child who is not concentrating, in chess you will have to concentrate.